Hi, my name is Bill, and today I'm going to be showing you how to replace the moisture sensor wiring harness in your dryer. The reason why you would have to do this is because the moisture sensor isn't working properly, causing your clothes not to be at the correct dryness level. For this repair, we'll be using a 1/4-inch nut driver, a Phillips head screwdriver, and a pair of needle nose pliers. Warning: before doing any repairs, please disconnect your power source. So this is the dryer we'll be using. It's a Maytag Maxima X. Keep in mind that yours might be a little bit different than what we've got here, but the same technique should still apply. The first thing you want to do is make sure you turn your gas off. So all we have to do now is turn our dryer around. Now we'll be removing the 2 screws here. And once you remove those 2 screws, you can pull back on the top panel and then lift up and remove it. Now we'll be removing the 2 screws here. Now I've got a block of wood here. I'm going to lift up the dryer. I'm going to slide that block of wood underneath. And I've got 4 screws underneath that I have to undo. Now the 2 screws in the middle, you can just loosen those up a bit. You don't have to fully take them out. Now we can slide the wood back out from underneath this and gently set it down. Now we have to remove these 3 screws here. Now we'll open up the dryer door and we'll take out the filter, and you can just set that inside. And we'll be using a Phillips head to remove these 2 screws here. Now that we've got all the screws out, we'll just be able to lift up on the bulkhead a little bit and it'll come right off. And you're just going to want to make sure that if the wire gets caught in there, don't pull it too hard. Make sure you get it lined up with the hole and just pull it out just like that. Now we're going to want to unplug these wires here that go to our dryness sensor. Now we've got 2 screws in here that we've got to undo. So you'll see right here we still have a screw poking out of this hole where there's a screw still screwed in, and right here is where we just unscrewed that other screw. So now we'll go unscrew the one that's still screwed in. The next thing we need to do is remove this screw right here. And once we get that screw out, we can pull straight up and remove this entire lint filter assembly piece. Keep in mind that if you didn't get the screws out when you were originally unscrewing them from the inside, that they'll still be in these holes. So take care not to turn this upside down and lose those screws. Now you can grab your new OEM replacement moisture sensor wiring harness. If you don't have one already, you can find one on our online store. And now we'll plug the wiring harness back into our lint filter housing. And we'll put back in. And now we're going to put this lint filter assembly inside. You're going to make sure that this cord goes out so we can plug it into there. But you're going to want to line up this assembly on the bottom with that hole right there that goes into the fan blower wheel area. Now we're going to plug these back in together. Now we'll screw this middle screw back in here. Okay, now the other one. There we go. Now we're going to line up the sides of this bulkhead with the dryer. And then on the front, you're just going to put these clips into the holes that they correspond with, just like that. So now we'll screw in the top 3 screws. Now put the lint filter back in, and we'll close the door. And we're going to line up all the holes on the bottom here. Once the holes are lined up on the front, you're just going to want to push forward so that tabs lock into place. And now we can screw it back down. Now we'll put the screws back in. Just make sure you tighten up those middle screws real good. Now if you take a look at one of the sides on the panel, it's got these slots that go all the way down. Those slots correspond to each one of these tabs here. So when you put the top panel back on, you're going to want to try and make sure that those slots line up with the tabs. And as long as everything lines up, the top panel will slide in there nice and easy, and your back hole should line up nicely so we can screw it back in. And once you got that screwed in nice and tight, you can turn it back around and your repair is complete. Now we can turn our gas back on. Finally, don't forget to plug in your appliance. If you need to replace any parts for your appliances, you can find an OEM replacement part on our website, PCApplianceRepair.com. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like, comment, and share our video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us make more videos just like these for you to watch for free.